The sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the landscape as the group of friends, Lily, Ethan, Maya, Ben, and Sophia, stood at the edge of the forbidding forest known as Whispering Woods. The forest stood tall and imposing, its ancient trees shrouded in an aura of mystery. Leaves rustled with an eerie whisper as a chilling breeze swept through. Lily's heart raced with a mix of excitement and trepidation. She glanced at her friends, seeing both anticipation and uncertainty etched on their faces. This expedition had been Sophia's idea, a chance to relive the adventures of their childhood and explore the legends surrounding the Whispering Woods. As they took their first steps into the forest, the atmosphere changed instantaneously. The once vibrant sounds of nature faded, replaced by a stifling silence that clung to the air. A dense canopy blocked out the starry night sky, casting an impenetrable darkness. Strange luminescent fungi dotted the forest floor, their soft glow providing the only source of light. The friends walked cautiously along a narrow trail, the crunch of leaves beneath their feet magnified in the hushed surroundings. Shadows danced in the corners of their vision, making them question their own eyes. An unspoken tension hung in the air, a shared awareness that they were treading on sacred ground. Ethan, usually the skeptic, couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. He quickened his pace, trying to catch up with Lily, who was leading the group with determined steps. She had always been the adventurous one, unafraid to face the unknown. Maya, sensitive to energies, shivered as a whisper tickled her ear, her instincts warning her of an unseen presence. The trail twisted and turned, leading them deeper into the heart of the forest. Time seemed to lose its grip as minutes stretched into hours, and the forest's grip tightened around them. It was as if Whispering Woods had a will of its own, testing their resolve and sowing seeds of doubt. Sophia, her eyes glinting with excitement, broke the silence. "There are stories about this place, tales of lost souls and restless spirits," she said, her voice barely above a whisper. "Legends say that the forest is a portal to another realm, a place where darkness holds sway." A hush fell upon the group as Sophia's words sank in. They exchanged glances, their imaginations conjuring images of ghostly apparitions and things that lurked in the shadows. Lily, determined to keep the spirits high, tried to brush off the eerie atmosphere, but even she couldn't deny the palpable tension that hung in the air. Suddenly, a gust of wind blew through the forest, causing the branches above to creak and groan. The friends instinctively huddled closer, seeking solace in each other's presence. The forest seemed to come alive, whispers growing louder, as if the trees themselves spoke in a language only they could comprehend. As they continued their journey into the heart of the Whispering Woods, the shadows deepened, becoming more menacing. The friends shared a mutual realization: the forest had a power that could consume them if they let their guard down. They pressed on, driven by curiosity and a thirst for adventure, unaware of the trials that awaited them in the heart of the ancient forest. The bond among the friends deepened with each step towards the Whispering Woods. They appeared to be cut off from the outside world by the thick vegetation, and a sense of solidarity developed between them as a result of their shared adventure and the ominous environment they were in. Lily took the lead, her resolve steadfast. Her hazel eyes twinkled with a mixture of fear and excitement. She had consistently led the way, seeking out novel experiences and going beyond what their group was comfortable with. No exemption applied to this expedition. Maya, who was perceptive of the energy about her, took a moment to admire the shimmering splendor of the woodland. She was struck by the contrast between light and shade and felt the presence of something enigmatic and old. She sensed that there was more to this forest than first appeared. Ben, who is often the group's jokester, was looking solemn. He looked around with a combination of interest and caution. He used his quick wit as a barrier, but he could feel the history of the forest weighing heavily on them. Sophia, who was the inspiration behind their vacation, emanated excitement. Her smile had a tinge of mischief, and her hazel eyes gleamed with eagerness. She loved the mystery of the unknown and was eager to discover the Whispering Woods mysteries. The woodland appeared to come to life as they moved along the spiraling trail. Shadows moved and danced, asserting things that the wind alone could hear. Strange noises could be heard echoing through the trees, including an owl's distant call, the rustling of unknown creatures, and an occasional quiet sigh that gave people shivers. They happened to come across a little clearing where a moonlight ray had broken the tree canopy and illuminated a patch of moss-covered ground. As she pointed to the location, Sophia's eyes brightened with delight. "Look!" she shouted, "this must be the exact location where the lost spirits are reported to linger." There was a touch of caution in Lily's voice. "Don't forget that legends are frequently made up. We must approach this with both an open mind and reason." Ethan nodded, but his mistrust persisted. "Agreed. Let's not let mythology and stories get in the way. We must remain vigilant and watch out for one another." Maya briefly closed her eyes as she tuned into the energy of the nature. "There is undoubtedly a strong force at work here. We must continue to be respectful and watchful. Our goals will direct us on our path." Ben was constantly keeping an eye out. "We are all involved in this. We can face any obstacles this forest brings as long as we work together." The gang moved ahead with increased vigor, their steps more deliberate and their hearts brimming with a mixture of joy and trepidation. They had a same goal and were prepared to face the unknown and reveal the mysteries hidden in the Whispering Woods depths. The friends pressed onward, their steps cautious and deliberate. The forest around them seemed to pulse with an eerie energy, the air heavy with anticipation. They followed a narrow trail, its path obscured by fallen leaves and twisted roots, as whispers danced on the edge of their senses. Lily led the way, her heart pounding in her chest. She was determined to uncover the truth behind the legends that shrouded the Whispering Woods. Each crackling twig underfoot, each gust of wind through the trees, sent a shiver down her spine. Yet, she pushed forward, fueled by a mixture of curiosity and a thirst for adventure. Ethan, close behind, scanned the surroundings with a vigilant gaze. Every rustle of leaves made him jump, his skepticism warring with a growing sense of unease. He couldn't shake the feeling that unseen eyes watched their every move, their presence hidden among the dense foliage. Maya walked alongside Ethan, her senses attuned to the subtle energies of the forest. She could feel a palpable shift in the air, as if the very essence of the Whispering Woods whispered ancient secrets. Her instincts told her to proceed with caution, warning of unseen forces that thrived within the shadows. Ben, ever the joker, tried to lighten the mood with a forced smile. His usual banter, however, fell flat in the oppressive silence. He stole glances at his friends, noting the tension etched on their faces. Deep down, he sensed that the forest held more than just ghostly tales and imagined horrors. Sophia, undeterred by the growing unease, marched on with a sense of excitement. Her eyes darted from tree to tree, searching for signs of the supernatural. She reveled in the thrill of the unknown, eagerly awaiting the next twist in their journey. As they walked deeper into the Whispering Woods, strange occurrences intensified. Wisps of mist swirled around their feet, while faint whispers drifted on the breeze, teasing their ears. Shadows danced and twisted, taking on elusive forms that seemed to vanish when they focused their gaze upon them. Lily paused, a strange sensation tugging at her senses. She turned to face her friends, her voice filled with both excitement and trepidation. "Can you hear it? The whispers, they're growing louder. We must be getting closer to something significant." Ethan furrowed his brow, his gaze scanning the surroundings. "I hear it too. But let's not let our imaginations get the better of us. We need to approach this with a level head and search for rational explanations." Maya nodded in agreement, her empathetic nature attuned to the energies surrounding them. "We must remain grounded and open to both the natural and supernatural possibilities. The forest has a way of revealing hidden truths if we're willing to listen." Ben chimed in, his voice slightly strained. "Yeah, but let's not forget that this place has a reputation. We should keep our guard up and watch out for anything that feels off." Sophia's eyes sparkled, her excitement undimmed. "Absolutely. Let's embrace the unknown and face whatever lies ahead with courage. This is what we came for, after all." As the friends continued along the haunted trail, a low, haunting melody reached their ears. It seemed to emanate from deep within the forest, drawing them closer with an irresistible allure. Their hearts raced, anticipation mingling with a growing sense of foreboding. The haunting melody led the friends deeper into the heart of the Whispering Woods. Each step felt heavier, as if the very ground resisted their progress. The dense canopy above filtered the moonlight, casting an ethereal glow on the forest floor. As they followed the mesmerizing melody, the trail seemed to twist and shift, disorienting them. Shadows played tricks on their vision, flitting in their peripheral vision only to vanish when they turned their heads. An unsettling tension hung in the air, growing stronger with each passing moment. Sophia, ever adventurous, forged ahead, her eyes fixed on an elusive figure in the distance. "I see something up ahead," she exclaimed, her voice filled with both excitement and trepidation. Lily quickened her pace to keep up with Sophia, a mixture of concern and curiosity welling within her. "Wait for us, Sophia. We must stay together." Ethan, Maya, and Ben followed closely behind, their footsteps hastened by a growing sense of urgency. They scanned their surroundings, a knot of worry forming in their stomachs. The forest seemed to tighten its grip, as if warning them of the imminent danger lurking within its depths. As the friends drew closer to the figure, a mist began to swirl around them, obscuring their view. The haunting melody grew louder, echoing through the trees. Sophia's figure appeared and disappeared, like a ghostly apparition dancing in the fog. Suddenly, a blood-curdling scream pierced the air, sending chills down their spines. The friends' hearts pounded in their chests as they called out Sophia's name, their voices laced with desperation. Silence. Their calls echoed through the trees, but there was no response. Sophia had vanished, swallowed by the whispering woods. Panic seized the remaining friends as they searched frantically for any sign of her. They called out her name, their voices filled with a mix of fear and determination. The forest, however, remained eerily silent, its secrets carefully guarded. Lily's voice trembled as she clung to hope. "We can't give up. We have to find her. Keep searching." Ethan's skepticism wavered as he scanned the area, his voice tinged with worry. "Something's not right. We need to be cautious. Stick together, no matter what." Maya, her empathetic senses heightened, closed her eyes and reached out, trying to sense any lingering energy. "I can feel something. There is a darkness here, a force beyond our understanding. We must be careful." Ben, his face pale, swallowed hard, his voice shaking. "Sophia wouldn't want us to lose ourselves in fear. Let's keep moving, but stay vigilant. We'll find her." With determination in their hearts, the friends pressed on, their eyes scanning the surrounding forest. The whispering woods seemed to close in around them, the trees casting elongated shadows that seemed to reach out with menacing fingers. Lily led the group with a mix of determination and fear gnawing at her core. Every step she took, every crunch of leaves beneath her feet, felt like a weighted burden. She couldn't shake the image of Sophia's vanishing from her mind, the chilling silence that followed still echoing in her ears. As they delved deeper into the whispering woods, the forest seemed to close in around them, tightening its grip like a predator ready to pounce. Shadows danced and twisted, creating an unsettling kaleidoscope of forms that played tricks on their vision. But amidst the suffocating darkness, a flicker of determination burned within Lily. With each passing moment, Lily's senses sharpened, attuned to the subtle cues of the forest. She caught glimpses of figures darting between the trees, their ghostly forms disappearing before she could focus her gaze. Yet, she felt an inexplicable pull, as if the forest were guiding her toward something important. A faint glimmer of light caught her attention, an ethereal glow emanating from a hidden path off the main trail. Lily's heart quickened as she veered toward it, beckoning her friends to follow. The path grew narrower, the underbrush clawing at their clothes as they pushed forward. As they walked, the oppressive silence was broken by a distant whispering, voices muffled yet insistent. Lily strained to listen, her ears attuned to the spectral murmurings that danced on the edge of comprehension. The whispers carried fragments of conversations and pleas for help, mingling with the haunting melody that still hung in the air. Finally, they emerged into a small clearing, bathed in an otherworldly light. In the center stood an ancient, dilapidated cabin, a relic from the past that had weathered the passage of time. The air crackled with an electric energy, sending shivers down Lily's spine. She could sense the presence of something malevolent, something that hungered for their fear. Lily approached the cabin cautiously, her hand trembling as she reached for the rusty doorknob. With a creak, the door swung open, revealing a dark and foreboding interior. Shadows clung to the walls like specters, whispering secrets of forgotten days. Lily hesitated, her breath caught in her throat, but a fierce determination pushed her forward. As she stepped inside, the atmosphere became suffocatingly heavy. The walls seemed to close in, and a chorus of whispers echoed through the rooms. Lily's heart pounded against her chest, threatening to burst free. She cast her gaze around, searching for any clue that might lead her to Sophia's whereabouts. A sudden gust of wind extinguished a lone candle on a dusty table, plunging the cabin into near darkness. Panic surged through Lily as the whispers grew louder, their intensity overwhelming. She stumbled backward, her back colliding with a hidden panel that swung open upon impact. Lily's eyes widened as she stared into the hidden room. It revealed a chilling tableau, a chamber of despair and suffering. The walls were adorned with haunting portraits, frozen faces twisted in anguish. The room exuded a malevolence that reached out to her, clawing at her sanity. In the center of the room, Lily's gaze fixated on a weathered diary lying on an ornate pedestal. With trembling hands, she picked it up, its pages crackling as she turned them. The words within told a story of a family consumed by greed and driven to commit heinous acts for power and wealth, a story that seemed inextricably tied to the Whispering Woods and the haunting of its depths. As Lily absorbed the shocking revelations, a presence brushed against her, cold and spectral. She turned, her heart racing, only to catch a glimpse of a figure disappearing into the shadows. It was a flicker of Sophia's face, filled with anguish and desperation, before she was gone. Determined to uncover the truth and rescue her friend, Lily clutched the diary to her chest, her resolve steeling. She knew that time was running out, and the malevolent forces lurking within the forest were closing in. Lily clutched the diary tightly to her chest, her mind racing with the revelations she had just discovered. Determined to rescue Sophia from the clutches of the Whispering Woods, she turned to her friends, a mix of fear and determination etched on her face. "We have to find her," Lily said, her voice filled with urgency. "Sophia is trapped somewhere within this forest, and we won't leave until we bring her back." Ethan, Maya, and Ben nodded in agreement, their eyes reflecting the gravity of the situation. They understood the peril that lay before them, but their bond and shared goal gave them strength. Maya, her empathetic nature ever present, felt a shift in the energy surrounding them. She closed her eyes, centering herself, and let the whispers of the forest guide her senses. The spirits of the Whispering Wood seemed to reach out to her, their ethereal presence growing stronger. "Listen," Maya whispered, her voice barely audible. "The forest is trying to communicate with us. We must be still and attune ourselves to its messages." The friends followed Maya's lead, standing in a circle, their breathing slow and steady. The whispers that had surrounded them merged into a single voice, an ancient chant that resonated deep within their souls. In the stillness, Maya felt a gentle touch against her cheek. Opening her eyes, she found herself standing alone, separated from her friends. Panic coursed through her veins as she called out their names, her voice echoing into the forest's depths. A soft glow enveloped Maya, emanating from an ethereal figure standing just out of reach. It was Sophia, her features bathed in a ghostly luminescence. Maya reached out, her hand trembling, desperate to bridge the distance between them. "Sophia, we're here for you," Maya said, her voice quivering. "We won't leave you behind. Stay strong." Sophia's voice carried on the wind, faint yet resolute. "The forest has me trapped, Maya. It seeks to consume my spirit. You must find the artifact, the key to breaking its hold." Determination surged within Maya as she absorbed Sophia's message. She knew she had to find the artifact, but she also sensed the peril that awaited her on this perilous path. Drawing upon her inner strength, she stepped forward, her every step heavy with purpose. As Maya ventured deeper into the forest, the darkness closed in around her, twisting and contorting like the limbs of malevolent creatures. Whispers intensified, swirling through the air like a cacophony of forgotten souls. She stumbled upon an ancient shrine, its presence radiating an otherworldly energy. An unseen force pushed her forward, compelling her to approach. Before her stood a series of trials, each designed to test her courage and resolve. With each trial, Maya faced her deepest fears, a torrential storm that threatened to drown her, a labyrinth of mirrors that distorted her reflection, and a void of darkness that threatened to consume her very essence. She summoned every ounce of courage, drawing upon her unwavering belief in the power of friendship. Finally, at the heart of the trials, Maya discovered the artifact, a small, intricately carved amulet pulsating with a mysterious energy. It felt warm to the touch, filling her with a sense of purpose and hope. As Maya clutched the artifact, she felt a surge of power within her. It was as if the forest acknowledged her bravery, granting her the strength to continue her journey and free her trapped friend. Maya clutched the artifact tightly, its energy pulsating through her veins, infusing her with a renewed sense of purpose. She emerged from the trials, the darkness of the forest reluctantly yielding to her presence. Determination burned within her, urging her onward to reunite with her friends. As Maya ventured back onto the trail, she noticed a subtle change in the whispering woods. The oppressive silence gave way to a faint hum, a resonating vibration that grew stronger with each step. Guided by an unseen force, she followed the invisible thread that led her deeper into the heart of the forest. As she made her way through the dense undergrowth, the trail widened, revealing an awe-inspiring sight, a hidden clearing bathed in an ethereal glow. At its center stood an ancient stone altar, weathered and marked by the passage of time. The air around it seemed to crackle with energy, charging the atmosphere with an otherworldly power. Maya's breath caught in her throat as she approached the altar, her heart pounding in anticipation. She sensed that this place held the key to breaking the curse that ensnared Sophia within the Whispering Woods. The artifact she carried seemed to resonate in harmony with the altar, an intricate piece of a larger puzzle. Ethan, Lily, and Ben emerged from the shadows, their eyes wide with both relief and apprehension. They had navigated their own trials, their paths converging with Maya's in this sacred space. They exchanged knowing glances, a silent understanding passing between them. Lily's voice trembled as she surveyed the altar. This must be it, the focal point of the forest's power. If we can disrupt the dark energy that binds it, we may have a chance to free Sophia. Ethan nodded, his skepticism wavering in the face of the undeniable energy emanating from the altar. But how do we break the hold? We must be cautious. The forest will not let go of its prisoners easily. Maya stepped forward, the artifact held aloft. As she approached the altar, the energy intensified, a harmonic resonance reverberating through her very being. She felt the presence of the trapped souls, their whispers guiding her actions. With a surge of determination, Maya pressed the artifact against the altar's surface. A blinding light erupted, bathing the clearing in its radiance. Shadows recoiled, momentarily stunned by the surge of power. As the light subsided, a voice, ancient and haunting, echoed through the clearing. It spoke of the forest's dark history, of the souls consumed by its malevolence. The voice warned of the imminent danger and the price that must be paid to break the curse. Eyes locked in a silent pact, the friends steeled themselves for the final confrontation. They understood the sacrifices that lay ahead, knowing that their bond and unyielding determination were the only weapons they possessed against the encroaching darkness. With unity and unwavering resolve, they channeled their collective strength. Each friend, driven by love and friendship, stepped forward, offering a piece of themselves, their fears, their doubts, and their vulnerabilities. The altar absorbed their offerings, transforming the energy into a radiant power. The forest quivered, the shadows wailing in protest as the barrier between realms weakened. Sophia's spirit flickered into view, her form translucent yet resolute. With a bittersweet smile, she whispered her gratitude to her friends, her voice a gentle breeze that caressed their ears. But the forest, sensing its imminent defeat, unleashed its fury. Vicious winds whipped through the clearing, branches thrashed wildly, and darkness threatened to consume them all. Yet, they stood firm, drawing upon the strength they had found within themselves and their unbreakable bond. With a final surge of combined power, the altar shattered, its pieces scattered across the clearing. A deafening silence descended upon the Whispering Woods, broken only by the fading echoes of the forest's anguish. As the shattered remnants of the altar lay scattered around them, the friends stood in the clearing of the Whispering Woods, their hearts pounding in their chests. The forest had fallen silent, as if holding its breath, awaiting their next move. They could sense the lingering presence of the shadows, their malevolence gathering strength for a final battle. Ethan, his skepticism now replaced with unwavering determination, took a step forward. His voice, steady and resolute, cut through the air. "We've come too far to turn back now. We must confront the shadows that seek to claim us and free Sophia from their clutches." Lily nodded, her hazel eyes ablaze with fierce determination. "Together, we can face whatever horrors lie ahead. Our friendship is our strength, and the love we have for each other will guide us through the darkest of times." Maya, her empathetic senses heightened, closed her eyes and reached out to the energy surrounding them. The whispers of the forest brushed against her consciousness, carrying warnings and glimpses of the battle to come. She opened her eyes, a steely resolve shining within them. "The shadows will test our resolve and exploit our fears. We must stand strong and face them head-on." Ben, his usual humor replaced by a solemn expression, gripped his fists tightly. "No matter what happens, we'll protect each other. We've overcome so much together, and we won't let the shadows tear us apart." With their spirits united, the friends moved forward, their footsteps determined and measured. The forest seemed to shift and warp around them, its ancient trees contorting like sinister guardians. Shadows slithered along the forest floor, whispering temptations and doubts. As the friends ventured deeper, they encountered the first trial, the Chamber of Illusions. It twisted their perceptions, creating hallucinatory visions that played on their deepest fears. But they refused to succumb. They supported one another, offering reassurance and grounding amidst the chaos. Next came the Bridge of Shadows, a treacherous path suspended above a seemingly bottomless abyss. The shadows materialized into grotesque forms, taunting and clawing at their resolve. Each friend faced their own embodiment of fear, battling through the darkness with sheer determination. Finally, they reached the heart of the forest, the Grove of Lost Souls. Eerie mist enveloped the area, ethereal whispers echoing through the ancient trees. The shadows gathered, coalescing into a formless entity, its malice palpable. With their bond unyielding, the friends joined hands, forming a protective circle. They channeled their collective strength and love, their spirits intertwining as a shield against the encroaching darkness. Energy crackled in the air as they prepared for the final confrontation. The shadows lashed out, tendrils of darkness reaching toward them with malevolent intent. They fought back, their combined power pushing against the relentless assault. Each friend unleashed their inner strength, banishing the shadows with a fiery determination that burned within their souls. In a climactic crescendo, their efforts paid off. The shadows recoiled, dissolving into nothingness. A blinding light filled the grove, banishing the darkness that had plagued the Whispering Woods for centuries. As the light faded, Sophia's spirit materialized before them. She smiled, her form radiant and ethereal. "Thank you, my friends. Your unwavering love and courage have set me free." Tears of joy and relief streamed down their faces as they embraced Sophia, their long-lost friend finally returned to them. In that moment, they knew that their bond was unbreakable, and that the Whispering Woods would forever hold the memory of their triumph over darkness.